Hello! Hello everybody, welcome to Flosstube number 3. Welcome back to all of my lots of subscribers, which is unreal. Hi and welcome, and if you are new, my name is Sarah. I am also known as Cross Stitch Mad Sarah on here and over on Instagram. So I'm sorry this has taken me a little while to record. Things have just got in the way, my shifts at work, and then I really wanted to get my bit of stitching that I was working on finished so I could show you it all. Don't know why I've all of a sudden gone itchy as soon as I've started recording. So I'm sorry this is a little bit late, but never mind. It's better to be late, better late than never. So here I am. So I've had quite a busy April, even though we are now May, but April was rather busy and not as much stitching happened as I would have liked. So I've got my book of days to show you. So I actually won this off the lovely Rosie, who was one of my table friends from at Retford. So thank you again, Rosie. I do love this book. So Amelia also enjoys getting involved in my book of days. As you can see, look, we are very stickered and Amelia thoroughly enjoyed it. So in April, I had 4 no stitchy days, which isn't too bad considering some of them were after a night shift or whilst I was in the middle of night shifts. And my total stitches for the month were 13,631. I call that a good month. It was a bit of slow progress, but we'll come back to that. So for the majority of it, well, not the majority, for all of April, I literally worked on the Witchy Stitchers tarot cards, the frame. And by God, did it take some stitching. It was insane. So I'm not going to get it out because it's in the Q-snap and it is huge. And there's no way, I mean, even my arms like this, it is that big. I'm going to pop a picture in. And I don't have little feet. I am a UK size 7. I have big feet. I'm tall. If I had little feet, I would fall over. But yeah, just so you can get an idea of the size. So it took some stitching. It was rather slow going. All of the rainbow colours that you can see like around the edges of the frame are literally like 5, 5, 5, 5 of different colours. The purple bit obviously was 10 and then 5, 5. It took forever. However, one of the girls at my local stitchy meet just assumed that I knew that there was an over-dyed floss called Barney's Balloon, Bradley's Balloon, and they all thought I was using that. Oh no, Sarah here is doing 5, 5, 5. Didn't realise there was such a thing as this over-dyed floss, and it would have made my life so much easier. So if any of you are watching and you haven't started it yet, I would suggest getting the over-dyed threads just to make your life a little bit easier, because wow, it took some stitching and it took some perseverance. But I'm so pleased it's done. So as I said, I've already put a picture in. I'll put another picture in, minus my slipper, so you can see it. And I'm pleased to say the frame is done and I'm now working on the first card, which is super exciting. I have well, not deliberately, but it was just because it was the first one when I clicked on Pattern Keeper that it uploaded, is the Deaf card. Now, for whatever reason, we all know Pattern Keeper sometimes does its own thing. It's put 2 copies of the pattern in on top of each other. So I've marked the bottom one off completely. I've marked obviously all the multicoloured bits around the outside. So it started off a little bit above 50% and then I'm now at 65, which isn't too bad. I've put in 1,200-ish stitches. I'll pop a picture in so you can see whichever way I'm going to do it. And that is where I'm at. So my tarot cards have pretty much been all I've worked on in April, but I'm so pleased that I'm getting there. And my plans for May do revolve around the tarot cards again. So my plan is I would like to stitch all 4 of the cards that have so far been released so that I've kind of caught up a little bit. But if I get a bit bored and I fancy a change, that's okay, because my main thing was I wanted that frame done because I know what I'm like. And I know that if I didn't get that frame finished, there is no way, if I stopped and tried to go back, I never would. If I was out the flow and out of my rhythm of doing it, I know I would never go back and finish it. So I knew I needed the frame done. To be honest though, the actual cell itself of I think it's Nostalgic Tarot, not a cell or something like that. I'll put the correct one up on the screen. So it's not officially a cell. The Witchy Stitcher the cards aren't being released every month. I do believe it's 2 every other month. So if I fall a little bit behind, that's okay because it's not officially got a start and a finish time anyways. I am stitching this using the hashtag, now let me get this right, I've got notes below by the way, Stitch the Rainbow Sal. Again, I will write this across the screen for you, and that's been hosted by the lovely Amy and Tan on here. Again, I will tag both of their Flosstubes in the show notes below. But they are both fabulous girls, and there is quite a few other people stitching and we're all doing different things, so it's lovely to follow the hashtag and get to see such beautiful, colourful work. It's really, really nice. So as I said, plans for me potentially could be to finish all 4 tarot cards. I'm going to see how I get on. If I get bored, that's okay as well. Now, my other plans for me. Now, I haven't seen this mentioned that much this year. However, I seem to see it everywhere last year. People talking about Mermania and doing lots of mermaid themed projects for in May. Now, this fits in with me very, very nicely because, as a few of you will know, my little girl Amelia is obsessed with mermaids and unicorns, and I do have a couple of projects that are mermaid themed for her. So if I get bored of the tarot cards or if I get them finished, I do have 2 projects in mind that I would like to potentially start. I have the Soda Stitch Mermaids. Now, these were 2, there is 4 of them I think altogether, or there could be 6, but Amelia chose 2 of her favourites. And then my lovely friend Josie recharted it for me because both of the mermaids were looking the same way and I want to do them on one piece of fabric. So Josie's recharted it so that they're kind of looking at each other. So I have got that to start. I would like to start that. I also have another full coverage, but is it a quick stitch or a mini? I think it's a quick stitch. It's a one by Heaven and Earth Designs, and it is designed by Nadia Tate, and it's called Sweet Remembrance. Now, this is like a sister piece to my Tropical Daydreaming that is already hanging up in Amelia's room. So again, see how I go with my tarot cards. I may decide I'm going to start them. I might do both of them. I don't know. We're just going to, I'm not having any plans. I've had quite rigid plans a couple of months and I just would like to go with the flow this month, and I'm going to just see what I fancy stitching. So other things, I can now talk about my secret stitching. Shh. Well, no longer need to. Shh. We can talk about it. So I'm sure some of you will have already seen the post on Instagram, but I have done some wedding stitching for the lovely cross stitch bunny Lauren, who we all know I'm rather good friends with, and Lauren and Adam got married on Saturday, so massive congratulations guys. And Lauren, you looked unreal. Her dress was beautiful. I'm not going to put any pictures on because I'm going to let Lauren share the limelight all for herself because she looked unreal and she deserves her little 5 minutes of wedding bliss on here and sharing all of her beautiful, beautiful photos. Our little boy and our little girl both looked so cute, and even Adam, very handsome in his suit. So yes, Lauren got married at the weekend and I did some cross stitching for Lauren, which was my secret stitching. It is got to Lauren almost in one piece. There was a little bit of damage in transit, but I tried my best to wrap it with bubble wrap. Lauren has took a lovely picture, so I'm going to share Lauren's picture, which I'll pop up, because Lauren managed to get a much better picture than what I did. So I used some variegated, I don't know how you say it, used some floss for Lauren and Adam's name, and then I used a dinky dye thread to do the outline of the heart and the date of the wedding. Now, I had a bit of a mare when I was stitching this, I'm not going to lie. Poor Tan was sick of her life because I was keep messaging her going, oh my god, does it look okay? Is it straight? Is it in the middle? Because the pattern I bought, I can't even remember who it's by, but it was from Etsy, but the pattern itself wasn't symmetrical in the first place. Like all of these little florally little things on the outside, they weren't symmetrical, which then made putting the writing in just a nightmare. I stitched it, I frogged it, I stitched it, I frogged it, and after the 3rd attempt I was like, right, that's it, it's going in the frame, I'm done. So yeah, I sent that down to Lauren, made sure it got there in time. I sent that at the beginning of last week, and I sent a few little other bits and pieces for her and Adam in there. So yeah, so massive congratulations again. Yeah, I just had to record a little bit. I needed to edit a little bit out. Sorry, I had an itch in my head there. I had to pause. I'm going to try and cut this. If it doesn't work, I'll just have to put the 2 videos together. Hopefully it does work. Yeah, so at the top of the stairs now, I have my lovely Maui Princess. I'm going to pop a picture in so you can see her. So my mum helped us. I used those Velcro frame things. I can't think of their official name because she's really heavy. So my mum gave me a little hand, and then my mum was like, well, what are you going to put on the other side? So I then had to go through my stash, and many of you probably would have seen I had a poll on Instagram, and the one that won was Jewel of the Sea. So I do need to start that at some point too, but again, I don't really want to commit to like a huge big new start, because the one I've got is already, like ones I've already got are already big anyway. But at some point I do need to start it, because Maui took me 3 years and I don't want to wait 3 years for another picture to go up in my landing. So what else is there to talk about? This video is probably not going to be very long because there's just not a lot of stitching to show you. I do need to do a couple of mentions, so I really need to mention Stitchy Rach, bless her. She mentioned me ages ago in her video and I completely forgot to mention and say thank you, so I am sorry, I forgot, but here we go, I've mentioned you now. There's another few people I would like to mention. So Peachy Stitcher, I give her a little watch. She is also rather new to Flosstube, and she has just bought the most amazing set of peach coloured drawers with all of the pip and chin bobbins in, which look insane. Oh, total as well, the picture, my OCD was so happy with how organised it all looked. So huge shout out to her. And of course, another new Flosstuber, Cross Stitch Sarah. She's also mentioned me. Sewing Sam, Crow Stitcher, 310 Stitcher, Wicked Cat Stitch, Stone Magpie, and then I was also mentioned by Mama Loves You GB in her huge big list of UK Flosstubers. So thank you very much, guys, everyone who has shouted me out and thanked me, and for also sharing my posts on Instagram. I can't believe how many followers I've got and how many views. Can't believe you guys would come and want to watch me. So a little bit of haul now. Now I know not everyone's interested in hauls, so thanks for coming if you just wanted to see my little bit of stitching. So haul. First of all, I'm sorry for the crinkling. I got this beautiful fabric. Now this is shown up actually rather true to life, like Barbie sort of inspired fabric. This is from Coffee Craft and this is a 28 count even weave. I have absolutely no idea what I'm going to do with it, but it was just so pretty that I just had to have it. So I've got this. And then I got some fabric from Lauren's shop, Cross Stitch Bunny. Now this fabric is a, let me just double check. Yeah, this is a 32 count linen. Now, again, this is showing up very much true to life. This is like the fabric I used for my Nana's Petal Fairy and I loved it so much. Again, I've got no idea what I'm going to use for it, but you know what? I'm happy just to have it. It's so beautiful. It reminds me of summer and like almost like summer days and picnics, and I just love it. I don't know why, I love it so much. So I have this, and then I also got off Lauren, I'm going to just double check what this count is as well. Yeah, this is a 28 count linen. So I have bought this amazing, actually this is coming up a bit more pink, it's actually more purple in real life. It doesn't help the fact I've got like a magenta-y kind of jumper on. So I've got this gorgeous fabric, which I have chosen to do my August Peridot Fairy on. Now, I haven't decided whether I'm going to do my August Fairy as a new start for my birthday or whether I'm going to just start it a little bit after, because I'm actually away on holiday for my birthday this year. I'm in Zante for my mum's birthday. So I'm not here and I don't plan on taking any stitching because I'm going away for 2 weeks and obviously I'm not going to do any stitching. I've got Amelia. It's not going to happen. So I think I'll probably have a birthday new start when I get home, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be this because it's going to look so cute on this fabric. It's just lovely. My other thing I'm thinking as well, like there's a birthday. Sorry, I'm just going to move this out of the way. My other thing I was thinking for a birthday new start as well is I've got my Eevee Pokemon, the big full coverage, the Evolutions one. That potentially might be a birthday start too. I don't know. What else to say? I think that's kind of it for stitching. So if you're done with stitching and haul, again, thanks for coming. Little bit of life update. Again, if you're not interested, then that's totally fine. Then I shall see you next time. So little bit of life update. It is Amelia's birthday tomorrow, which is the 8th. And we've literally had a weekend full of celebrations for Amelia. We went to my mum's and had a little family get together on Saturday. And then on Sunday, we went to my friend's house where it was my godson's 9th birthday. His birthday was actually on Sunday. So we had a little joint party with all our friends. So I'm going to pop a couple of pictures up for you because Amelia looked so cute. And as for Amelia's birthday tomorrow, she's at school, which is very much not happy about. And then we're just going to go out for tea. And that is kind of all I've got to say. So I'm sorry this is a little bit short and sweet. Hopefully I'll have a little bit more to talk about next time. But yeah, hopefully this has been okay. I do feel a little bit of pressure doing these videos, that one might not be as good as another and people might think, oh God, what you talking about? But yeah, hopefully this is okay, and I will see you next time, hopefully a little bit sooner. I'll not be quite as late with my next video, fingers crossed. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I shall see you all later. Bye.